Backlash just finished up a couple of minutes ago, and I gotta say right off the bat, I loved it. I love Backlash. If there's anyone that disagrees with me that Backlash was better than SummerSlam, well then that's just my opinion. I loved the Backlash. I thought it was, again, better than SummerSlam. To me, SummerSlam just had a couple, I think just 2 or 3 great matches. But Backlash, all of the matches seem to be delivering. I'm not saying they're match of the year candidates, but they certainly did not disappoint. We did not get the Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton match due to Randy Orton being injured, although we did get Bray compete, and we still got an RKO in, which I'll get into in a little bit. But anyways, let's talk about the pre-show real quick. The pre-show match was pretty entertaining, pretty cool, got the fans out of their feet. Baron Corbin versus Apollo Crews, and Baron Corbin came out on top. More on that later. But first of all, let's talk about the main card matches. And the first match of the night, this 6-pack women's elimination challenge, or right? That's what we're calling it. And it was for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. I gotta say, I loved it. I love this match. I loved it a lot. I think the tag match with the Hype Bros versus the Usos should have been the first match, because this match was way better than that match. Because to me, that was just the match that failed to deliver, in my opinion. But this match was pretty awesome. We had a spot where there was a superplex powerbomb, as there always is, with Natalya delivering it, and then there was, when Alexa Bliss got eliminated, there was a powerbomb blockbuster. It was awesome, dude. It was so awesome. And the shocking moment of the match came when Becky Lynch won, and when Nikki Bella was eliminated third. You know, everyone at least thought Nikki, if she wasn't even gonna win, she would have at least been, you know, the final 2. But she wasn't, which was, to me, the shock. Everyone was like, what the heck's going on? Like, and that's when everyone knew Becky was gonna win, and that's exactly what happened. So let me run down the eliminations real quick. Alexa was eliminated first via the powerbomb blockbuster, then Naomi via the sharpshooter, Natalya from the TKO or Rack Attack 2.0, whatever you want to call it, then Nikki eliminated by a hair pull mat slam, then into a unique pin, I guess, which was kind of like the Oklahoma pin or the O'Connor roll, kind of like that, by Carmella. Then finally Carmella handing down the title to Becky Lynch, tapping out to the Disarmer. I loved it. I loved it. I loved the match. It was awesome. It was cool. It showed all of the women, you know, what they can do. There was a couple botches, you know, I won't lie. The botches really kind of set the match back a bit. But at the end of the day, the match was still amazing. And I look at this match and I say that all of these women have the potential of being champion. You had Carmella get more character depth. You had Alexa Bliss showcasing her moves. You had Naomi showcasing her moves as well, although she botched a bit, but doesn't matter. Again, she showcased it off. Natalya showcased what she can do, what everyone's been overlooking. Nikki, you know, of course, showing off what she's always done. And then you had Becky going in as the underdog, walking out as the champion. It was ultimately an amazing match. I liked it. And I'm glad that Becky Lynch won. You know, my 2 picks going into this was Nikki and Becky Lynch. I would have released a previews or predictions video, but I can't. I've been having technical difficulties as of late, so if this video does go up, it's a miracle. But anyways, Becky Lynch winning, perfect. She's the only 4 horsewoman I can tolerate. Up next is the tag team match, the Usos versus the Hype Bros. This is the match when I'm telling you really just wasn't one that the fans really cared about, I guess. It's just, I mean, it was alright. I didn't like it. It was the one that I didn't like out of all of the matches on the card. It was just one that I didn't like. The one that just disappointed me, in my opinion. In the end, though, the Usos won. The Usos won the tag team tournament match, the number 2. And as Lita put it on the pre-show, you know, it doesn't feel good winning the match, just having being given a second chance at least. That's how she basically put it. Like, it would have been nice to just win it overall, like through the whole thing. But the Usos got enough heel heat. They came out looking they had new attires. They had a new look, kind of like an old new look. Like how when they first debuted with Tamina and all that good stuff. Yeah, that's how they look like. Just to sort of paint you a picture. And yeah, the Hype Bros didn't win, which I guess was good. I wouldn't want to see the Hype Bros in that. I'm sorry, Hype Bros fans, but yeah, they weren't really interesting. So that being said, the next match on the card was the Intercontinental Championship match. The Miz retained thanks to Maryse. Maryse sprayed Cologne on Dolph Ziggler after the referee was of course blindsided, or I forgot what happened. I think he was down and out, like he was pushed down, and Maryse capitalized on it with spraying Ziggler in the eyes. Before the match, looks like we might get a Daniel Bryan return because the Miz and Daniel had a little confrontation where the Miz just barked at Daniel. And then in the end, the Miz did retain. The match was good though. The match was really good. It was enjoyable. False finish after false finish. Pretty entertaining. And the finish, it was pretty predictable that Maryse was probably going to get in the middle of it. And I can't be the only one that thinks that the Miz's title reign is reminiscent to Nikki Bella's title reign, where he just cheats. But yeah, he won, and I'm glad. I like Maryse. I like the Miz. They're cool. Up next was supposed to be the Bray Wyatt vs Randy Orton match. That did not happen. I think this was the next one. I might be wrong. Might be right. I think this was the next one. Sorry, my order's wrong. If it is, I'm just gonna give you the whole thing. Randy did not compete. If you haven't heard, he was injured, so they needed something to kayfabe wise tell the fans, even though we already knew he was injured at a live event. So before, I think it was before the Intercontinental match or after the women's match, I don't know. But we saw Bray attack Randy, kind of like Night of Champions with Caitlyn and Eve, and how Caitlyn was attacked, except you saw Bray attacking Randy's leg. So Bray goes out there, tells the referee to do the 10 count so he can actually, get the W, which the referee does. So he did win that night, I guess, in one aspect. But then he ended up competing in the match in the end in a no holds bar match against the Demon Kane, which again was pretty awesome. I loved it. They went through a table, they got chair shots in. It was the right amount of hardcore, and I loved it. Again, I loved all of these matches. The only one that I didn't like was the tag match. If I had to grade the whole pay-per-view as a whole, it had to be like a B+, A-, But this match, A for sure. I loved it. It got me out of my feet. It made me believe in Kane once again. The only thing I didn't like was that, of course, Bray Wyatt is being screwed over once again. But I just feel like his time is going to come. And as for the RKO, we got an RKO. Randy Orton ended up coming out and RKO'd Bray Wyatt and got in the middle of it. Since it was no holds barred, Kane was not disqualified. So, and Kane did win. Kane ended up winning. So, that being said, there we go. Up next, the tag team tournament match, the finals of it. Look. This was the second new champion crown. Second. So it was the Usos versus Rhino and Slater, and what was a match that got me out of my feet as well. Slater got a pop. Slater really, the whole crowd loved it. The biggest pops of the night were Becky Lynch winning, Nikki Bella's entrance, Slater in general. Then the whole no holds barred match was amazing. Randy Orton coming out was also a big pop, and AJ Styles. So Heath Slater, of course, going in as the fan favorite, and so is Rhino because he's with them. The match was awesome. It ended in chaos in the ring. Everyone was getting their moves in and stuff, and Heath was capitalizing, and Heath was in control towards the end. But then he wasn't. But then Rhino goes in and saves the match. Hits one of the Usos with the gore, and we get new SmackDown champions and Slater and Rhino. You know, so that's awesome. Honestly, look, it was predictable after American Alpha was taken out, which I still don't see why they took them out in the first place. I don't get it. I'm guessing because the fans actually wanted Heath to have a SmackDown contract, and so that was the only way we were gonna get it. But look, I'm fine to be the first or second pick, whatever those. But hey, I'm not mad about Slater and Rhino. They're pretty cool, pretty entertaining. And let's see where that takes us from here. Event, nothing to say here except it was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Once again, I love the Backlash. To me, it didn't really disappoint me as a fan. I don't know about you guys, but I loved it. It was cool. The whole show had its moments where it was out of my seat. I just was like, oh my god. And I was telling my friend Sebastian at Sebastian's Gaming, go check him out. A little plug. But I was telling him that I was enjoying it, you know, like I was doing exclamation points and stuff on the text and stuff. And anyways, who was the winner? Well, let's just say we have 3 new crowned champions, and that is Becky Lynch, Slater, and Rhino. And the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, won the title. I like AJ Styles, and I think Dean was getting boring. In fact, he was getting booed by the fans. I can't be the only one. Look, he did good in the match. He put on some spots, but at the end of the day, I think that, you know, he needs to update his moves, because to me, they're just, that's what's getting me, at least. His character's amazing, his mic skills, you know, are good, but I think he just needs to update his moves. You know, he doesn't have anything there that like will make him the memorable champion. To me, I think the only thing that'll make him memorable is the fact that he was the guy that had the title before AJ Styles, because I've said it, I don't know if I've said it here, but I think Dean Ambrose is probably the more forgettable champion of the Shield, which might be returning actually. Well, I'll talk about that on a whole different video if I'm even able to upload this one, because again, I'm having a lot of technical difficulties on my end. But anyways, if you like this video, we'll try and upload more videos. Again, I'm having way too much technical difficulties on my end. I was supposed to upload a Q&A, the predictions video, a news video, but I couldn't because I'm having way too many technical difficulties. Hopefully that all plays out in the next couple of days. But until next time, bye.